Welcome to The Uninhibited, the mental health podcast. I'm Jessica Van Leer, a licensed professional counselor in Arizona. This podcast is about showing up fully, without shame, without masks, and without apology. A quick reminder, this podcast is for educational purposes only and does not constitute therapy or create a therapeutic relationship. If you are in crisis or need support, please reach out to a licensed provider in your area. In today's episode, we're diving into shame spirals, those moments when something triggers us and we fall into a loop of self judgment, isolation, and emotional overwhelm. We'll talk about what causes them, how to recognize when you're in one, and how to gently climb out with tools rooted in neuroscience, self compassion, and trauma informed care. A shame spiral is a self reinforcing loop of negative thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that leave you feeling unworthy, defective, or fundamentally broken. It often starts with a triggering event, something small, like a critical comment, a forgotten obligation, or a boundary being questioned, that sends you into a mental tailspin. It may sound like, I should have known better. Why do I always do this? They're going to see the real me now and leave. I'm such a disappointment. Shame spirals are internal, isolating, and often invisible. They don't just make you feel bad, they disconnect you from your sense of value and belonging. They lead to a disembodied state where you become highly critical of yourself and withdraw from others. Left unchecked, they can escalate into anxiety, depression, or emotional shutdown. What makes shame so powerful is it doesn't say, I made a mistake. It says, I am a mistake. The identity level hit is what causes the spiral. Many people mistake this for guilt, but guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am bad. Recognizing this early can help you catch the pattern before it deepens. Journaling your thoughts after triggering events or practicing daily self check ins can help surface when shame is creeping in. Shame activates the same brain networks associated with physical pain. Studies using functional MRI scans show that an anterior cingulate cortex and insula light up during shame experiences, indicating real embodied suffering. The physiological intensity is often why shame hits so hard and lingers. The brain interprets shame as a threat to social connection and survival. Shame activates the same brain networks associated with physical pain. Studies using functional MRI scans show that areas like the anterior cingulate cortex and insula light up during shame experiences, indicating real embodied suffering. The physiological intensity is often why shame hits so hard and lingers. The brain interprets shame as a threat to social connection and survival. From an evolutionary standpoint, rejection from the group was so dangerous. So, when shame is activated, your body responds with a stress reaction. Increased heart rate, sweaty palms, muscle tension, a desire to hide, disappear, or lash out. This threat response shuts down the prefrontal cortex, your reasoning brain, and amplifies emotional reactivity. That's why it's so hard to think your way out of a shame spiral. Your logical mind is offline and your emotional brain is driving the bus. Understanding this helps reframe the experience. I'm not broken, I'm reacting to a perceived social threat. My body thinks I'm unsafe. This awareness can create space for self regulation tools like breathwork, tapping, EFT, or progressive muscle relaxation. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. Shame spirals often emerge from environments where love or safety was conditional. These can include childhood experiences, social settings, religious institutions, or workplaces that emphasize perfection, obedience, or emotional suppression. Some common triggers: making a mistake at school or work, being misunderstood or criticized by someone close, having a boundary dismissed or invalidated, social comparison, especially on social media, failing to meet internalized cultural, gendered, or familial expectations. There are often micro moments, like a raised eyebrow, being left on red, or an offhand comment, that hit deep because they resonate with old wounds. If your emotional memory has stored the belief, I'm not good enough, even neutral moments can feel like confirmation. Therapeutically, we often use tools like inner child work or timeline tracing to explore these triggers. Becoming aware of them helps you build protective rituals and responses. So, how do we interrupt it? To interrupt a shame spiral, you don't need to be perfect, you need to be present. Try this 5-step strategy. Number one, pause. Say aloud or in your head, this is shame. Naming it activates the prefrontal cortex. Breathe. Try box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold 4. Number 3, ground. Engage your senses. Touch something textured, smell something calming, listen to music. 4, regulate. Offer physical comfort. Wrap yourself in a blanket, press your feet to the floor. 5, reframe. Say, this is hard, but it's not the whole truth. I'm not alone. Create a shame rescue kit, a list of affirmations, grounding exercises, and people to contact. Keep it somewhere accessible, like your phone or journal. I love looking at things through a trauma informed lens because it gives us greater understanding and compassion for ourselves. In trauma informed care, we understand shame is protective, not pathological. It's likely served a purpose by keeping you safe, by minimizing conflict, hiding the vulnerability, or aligning with what others wanted to avoid punishment or rejection. For survivors of complex trauma or attachment wounds, shame isn't an occasional visitor. It can be a persistent internal narrator. Some signs: feeling like a burden in your relationships, constantly needing to earn rest or kindness, internal monologues that echo early caregivers' criticism. Shame often operates alongside protector parts in the IFS terms, or hypervigilant states. Exploring these parts gently helps us understand that shame isn't our identity, it's a message from our younger part asking for reassurance and safety. Therapies like EMDR, somatic experiencing, and narrative therapy help untangle shame from self worth by giving you tools to witness rather than merge with those past voices. Shame resilience isn't about avoiding shame, it's about moving through it with more tools, support, and self awareness. Try practicing daily check ins. Ask, am I speaking to myself from shame or from compassion? Shame mapping. Track how spirals begin, what emotions follow, and what helps shift you. Body-based cues. Notice where you feel shame, a tight throat, clenched stomach, and offer physical regulation. This can look like progressive muscle relaxation. In progressive muscle relaxation, you tighten different muscle groups in your body. As you move through your body, you tense them up and then you relax them to feel the difference between the tension and the rest that comes after the tension. It's a really good skill to ground yourself and also become more aware of your body and where you store those physical representations of shame. Normalize repair. When shame makes you snap or withdraw, come back and say, that was a shame reaction. I want to reconnect. Over time, these practices create new neural pathways, ones that associate mistakes with growth, not exile. Self-compassion softens shame's grip. It's not letting yourself off the hook, it's holding yourself with accountability and care. Try writing a letter to your younger self when you feel a spiral starting. Mirror work, looking into your eyes and saying, you are doing your best, I see you, even if you don't believe it in that moment. Movement, gentle yoga, walking or swaying to reconnect to your body. Some anchor statements are, my worth is not up for debate. Being human includes being imperfect. I can hold myself through this moment. Compassion also means knowing when to ask for help. Therapists, friends, and mentors can reflect truths back to you when your inner critic is too loud to hear your own. Let's close with a breath and some reflection. Try this. Inhale through your nose for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ask yourself, what does my shame voice sound like? When did I first hear it? What does it need to hear instead? What can I say to myself the next time it shows up? Who can I share this with to stay connected? You are not your worst moments. You are not the voice of shame. You are worthy of love, even when you're struggling. Next week on The Uninhibited, we'll explore how perfectionism disguises itself as productivity and what freedom looks like on the other side. Until then, breathe, feel your feet, speak gently, and stay uninhibited.